We are gathering on the spring equinox, which happens to fall on a Thursday. And we get together for a half an hour on Thursday nights. And during that half an hour, we talk for 15 minutes. We just kind of chat. And then I lead you all through a guided meditation. It's never pre-planned. It's always really just what the guidance tells me to say. So we just spend this little bit of time, this 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes talking. And then exactly at the 15-minute point, I really do time it perfectly to the best of my ability. Then we go into the meditation, which is 15 minutes. All right, and we know how important this is right now. We know that what we're seeing happening to this country is cruelty, is straight out cruelty. And it's exactly the same mindset as Putin, in that you cannot have anything that will better society, right? Hey Amanda, hey everybody. I didn't catch a ton of news today. Frankly, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday was plenty for me. But it's just that I came up to Maine and picked up my best friend at the airport, and so I haven't had my eye on the news all day, but I get the gist of it. To get out there and say things like, this is what everybody wants, when it's exactly what none of us want. If we're rational, sane human beings that have any shred of decency in us, we don't want the Department of Education dismantled. And he does it as though it's like the most delicious thing he ever did. Need to catch Bernie Sanders live in Vegas. Is that right now or was that earlier? Just keep calling your reps. Excellent. Good. I'd love to hear that. What am I doing? Well, I know that on April 5th there's massive protests everywhere. These protests are continuing. They're not letting up. The more heinous this illegitimate criminal administration becomes, the more people are getting involved. We, the people, can turn this around. And I want everybody here, if you get nothing else from this tonight, and I hope you get a lot out of tonight, I want everybody in the awareness, not just, oh, airy-fairy, and the awareness that we can turn this thing around, and we are. So I welcome your thoughts. I welcome your ideas about where you're at right now. In terms of people, are you seeing people wake up? Are you seeing people activate? Happy spring equinox for sure. I have a little fake flower above me and I'm at the beach. It's very cold, but I'm here anyway. So we will envision all the time that this fascist regime attempted takeover is taken down, all right? So before we get into the guided meditation, you're starting to see people be nicer to each other. Yeah, I'm seeing that too. Oh, and I want to show you something too. Before we get into the meditation, hang on a second. Before I show you a picture. Just close your eyes for a few seconds and imagine him being arrested and taken out by our military, taken out of the White House, okay? Let's just do that for a few seconds. Close your eyes and just imagine him being removed. And Elon, and then the whole thing falls apart. All right, great. That was easy, right? That was a mini meditation. That was like the shortest meditation ever. And I purposely did it that way so that you could, just a few seconds a day, whenever you think of it, just a few seconds a day. Imagine him being arrested. Imagine our military removing him. Imagine them failing. Imagine them failing. You can see it. Barb's Wheel of Fortune can see it. Okay? Though that's the kind of thing to do. I know we do a 15-minute guided meditation in just about 9 minutes, we will. But make that your mini meditation every day. They are removed. They no longer can just inflict all this cruelty on us. And let us see this as the great wake-up call that we get the opportunity, that's our birthright, to take our country back. And to have a sane government, to have Kamala Harris in the White House, because she did win. And you might have the mug to prove it. And if you didn't get a mug, reach out to me if you ordered one. What happened to my mic? Can you hear me? Please tell me you can hear me. Because if you can't, I'm going to have to restart. Okay, as long as you can hear me. Okay, thank you. So what we're going to do is we're going to think about that on a regular basis. Let me remind you, I don't have a lot of money, and I don't have a sound audio. I don't have a team. Okay? So all I can do is do my best. I was using the microphone last night and it cut out, and I don't know why, and I need to get a new one, but I don't want to waste time on that. So let us be in the awareness that when we have the necessary mental equivalent, visualizing what we need to see happen, that's what it takes. The mental equivalent, seeing it as we want it to be. Thank you, Barbara. Seeing it exactly like we want it to be and like we need it to be for the good of all. And then feeling the feeling. Thank you for your support. It's a little unnerving when I'm even out of town and I still come. I'm still here. I never don't show up. I might have technical difficulties, but I'm always here. The picture that I wanted to show you was when I pulled into a visitor center, like a rest stop in Maine. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a sign that was in Maine. See, it says hopeful. It's a light up sign, kind of retro, and it says hopeful. That was at the visitor center when I just crossed over the line to Maine. Hopeful. This is a, Michael's asking where I am. No, this is, my best friend came to visit, but kind of spontaneously, but I'm in Maine at an Airbnb. I like to do this on the off season because it's ridiculously inexpensive. So I always, make sure I take advantage of that during the off season. Yeah, Airbnb, it's a condo right on the beach, right on Old Orchard Beach in Saco. So isn't that wonderful? So I want you to see that, hopeful, because the consciousness of the American people is hopeful. And I was saying it last night at PNN, and I want to repeat it. I don't really know very many mean people. And I know that most people that you know are not mean. This is an anomaly. This is a kind of a mistake, but it's giving us the necessary motivation to really join together, form bonds that are stronger than ever, because we need those bonds to change the world. We were way too separate. Prior to COVID, It was every man and every woman for themselves until COVID came along and we realized, wow, if we do as little as breathe on somebody, it kind of shows us that, you know, we're all connected and we have to kind of be careful. We have to be careful. So, I think Rose is mentioning about you can email any name brand product. The company will mail you coupons. Oh, that's good information. I have quit Amazon. It's a little inconvenient, but it's worth it. Put your money where your mouth is. I want to mention that this boycotting of these huge oligarchs that are supporting fascism, boycotting them is forcing us to go to the people whose ethics and values, the companies who have ethics and values, and that's going to make that stronger. So if somebody was smart and they were entrepreneurial and they had a decent amount of money and they decided to open a company in which all the earnings went to good causes after they paid their expenses, that they stood for good things, that business would make a killing. You know, just look at what's happening with Elon right now with the Teslas. You know, people are getting so angry. They're demonstrating, they're protesting, they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, which is vandalism, but who knows who's doing that. We won't get into that. But, yes, I can hear the waves. Can you hear the waves? You kind of can, but it's pretty cold out. Yeah, a little too cold. So think about that. All this anger towards these people that have these corporations that are mega billionaires that are supporting fascism, they're not going to get our business anymore. So we're going to have to go to the businesses that have ethics. Remember Paul Newman? Paul Newman decided he didn't need any more money, the actor. And even, you know, even after his death, he's still supporting charities. And I would buy Paul Newman's salad dressing over Signature salad dressing or whatever, you know, whatever companies. I don't really buy salad dressing, but you know what I mean. So we'll start spending according to what we believe in, right? So there's some good things. Newman's Own is really good. All the proceeds go to charities. Now, I'm just saying that if a company wants to be successful in this climate that we're in, if they stood for ethics and morals and goodness, they would make a lot of money. Right? So we only have a minute and a half to go before we get into our guided meditation for 15 minutes. So make sure you're in a comfortable space. Make sure your pets aren't going to crawl all over you and bother you. It's just 15 minutes. Shut off your devices, and please hit the thumbs up before we go into the meditation. And also, please do the meditation through the week. I'm just going to look for a little bit of music. And I apologize for the sound. iPads don't make good microphones anymore, and I'm still struggling with it. What I'll do is get real close. I don't want to risk that. I do have that microphone with me, but I don't want to risk it going in and out. Okay. Let's do this. We have 30 seconds. I'm doing the countdown. So take some deep breaths before we really get into it. Good, okay, I'm glad you can hear me okay. Excellent, thank you. It's a little echoey in this room too, so there's a little reverb, naturally. And then at the end of the meditation, I just turn it off, okay? And we just go, but you can keep meditating. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes And take a long, slow, deep breath in. Hold it. And a longer breath out. And again, a long breath in. Hold it. And a longer breath out. And once again, a long, deep breath in and hold it. And a longer breath out. To the best of your ability, just release all thoughts of the past 24 hours, all thoughts about what's happening in the future, even thoughts about the next few moments after the meditation. Just release them, let them go. Bring all your attention into this right now moment. And in order to help you to do that, just focus all your awareness on the sensation of the breath as it moves in and out. And like a mantra, you can repeat to yourself, all is well. All is well. All is well. And now bring your attention to your toes and relax your toes and the soles of your feet and the tops of your feet. And relax your ankles and calves. Relax your knees and your thighs. The buttocks and hips and lower abdomen relax. And now focus on the tailbone and go up vertebrae by vertebrae, relaxing each vertebrae of your spine all the way up to the base of the skull. Feel your back relax. Relax and release all tension in your stomach and waist area. Keep the breath long and deep and slow as you relax the diaphragm that lifts your rib cage. Relax your lungs and rib cage. Allow that relaxation to travel up into the shoulders, running down the arms into the hands and fingers. Feel your shoulders becoming heavy. Relax your neck and throat. Relax the jaw, all your facial muscles and the scalp. And feel a great sense of calm come over your entire being. And begin to imagine vibrational energy, however that shows up for you in your imagination. And imagine that vibrational energy in your body. It might look like static on an old-fashioned television. It might look like waves or particles. Just imagine that you can really sense that you are energy. Maybe you can imagine your cells with little specks of light energy vibrating really quickly. Feel yourself as energy. And with your next inhalation, imagine that you're energizing, you're amping up the energy, the vibration. Breathe in and out slowly as you imagine yourself as just vibrational energy. And now imagine the emotion of love, just pure love. Love of nature, love of little children, love of laughter and fun and goodwill and good people. And as you're imagining that, sense and feel, visualize the vibrational energy that you are moving more quickly. And now imagine that this energy that you are, very concentrated, vibrating at a very high frequency, love and light and joy, vibrational energy, is moving out through your pores, and it doesn't get depleted, it just increases in vibrational frequency. So this energy is leaving you, being replenished by the universe, moving out from you into the space that you're in, into the street outside, into your city or town, into your entire state. This vibrational energy just gets quicker and stronger as it moves out into the entire country. And now you feel the vibrational frequency that you are sending out from your being, connecting with the high vibrational frequencies of everybody in this country. Imagine it. You have an inner knowing that you are vibrational energy. Go with that. You have an inner knowing that energy is infinite. You're not becoming depleted at all by sending out that high frequency vibrational energy. And now it's filling the entire country. And you see people becoming kinder and more joyful and more compassionate and more empathetic. And you see more and more good people in America smiling, strong, loving, courageous, joyful. And now imagine all the children of this country feeling that and emitting that beautiful high vibrational frequency energy, reaching a high pitch. You can almost hear it, like the angelic realm. This vibrational frequency getting very loud and very beautiful. And now it has reached such an amplification that you see it in the midst of Washington, D.C. You feel this energy permeating the entire city of Washington, D.C., and it's surrounding the White House and the Capitol and the Pentagon. And you even know and see that this infinite energy, high vibrational frequency, is in the major cities where the fake news lives, and the vibrational frequency is getting so high and so strong. You can almost hear it. And nothing of the darkness can continue in this frequency. And feel the frequency moving into the White House. Feel that vibration so high. All the dark entities, all the darkness that has infested the people in that building cannot stand it. It's like a high-pitched sound that they just cannot tolerate. And they leave. They begin to leave. They're leaving the White House. All the high vibrational frequencies of all the good men and women who have served before in that White House, their energy is a high frequency too, even if they're on the other side. And the people that are illegitimately in the Oval Office and in that White House cannot tolerate this high frequency. They are forced out. And the high frequency is on the grounds of Washington, D.C., on the grounds of our government, And that high frequency just gets higher as it moves into the Capitol building and fills the entire Capitol building. And all those who are at a low frequency vibration cannot stand to be in this high vibration. They become disoriented and confused. Their words have no power. They are falling away like scales, and they leave the building because they cannot keep up with this frequency. And the same goes for the Pentagon. And you can feel the frequency of Washington, D.C. higher and higher and purer. You can hear the angelic sounds moving all through the government. And only those who are working for the light can tolerate this high frequency because they're at that high frequency. And imagine that all the darkness, all the lower vibrations that have been affecting them are shed in the presence of the divine vibration. Evil cannot be sustained. Evil is dissolved. All the plans for evil and cruelty are just falling apart. They are disassembling. They tried to disassemble us, but they are disassembling, and they are being stopped, and they cannot tolerate this new higher frequency vibration that has moved in, that is moved in, that is taking hold. And even after the end of this meditation tonight, it continues to do its work. And imagine it like a drip, drip, drip. They're losing power. The evil and the cruelty is losing power. They are defeated. They have left. All the hypocrisy, all the lies, all the cruelty, all their nefarious plans, all their desires to destroy us, gone. They cannot sustain evil. The vibration of the light that we are is exponentially stronger, and we're almost to the point where we cannot even believe that they ever took hold. That's how strong we are. And imagine that this country, because of this work that we are doing, is now healed. And the way is made clear for education, for the children, for the earth, for the beauty and the freedom of expression and the arts, to have life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness be what every person is able to freely be. All those who have been harmed by this darkness are brought back. We hold them in our hearts. We are the light. We reclaim our country. They thought they could steal it with their darkness. Evil cannot be sustained in the presence of this. Take a moment and imagine the United States of America being friends with the world. The relationships that have been damaged are brought back. We're reunited with our allies after this temporary darkness. We are shining brightly. We are proud. The United States of America is ours. And we are so grateful. We are in an understanding that we are being called to be the light, to do this work. And now we are stronger than ever. And so it is. I will count up from 5 to 1 to bring you to an awakened state. But if you wish to continue meditating, you can do that. 5, 4, 3, coming up. 2, if you're ready. If you wish to awaken, you can awaken at the count of 1, or you can keep meditating. And 1. Namaste.